Hello and welcome back to Legends of Vertraer, Argo's Ascension. With me, your Dungeon Master, and my friends here around the table. We'll go around the table once more for a quick introduction of who everybody is and who you play. Brandon, who are you and who do you play?
Don't write the name wrong.
Name's called Banjo.
No, it's not.
Name's Brandon. I play a character called Cleetus Banjo. I'm a tiefling and I'm a bard.
We got it. Kirby.
My name's Kirby.
Are you sure?
I play.
Let him talk.
My name's Kirby. I play Carl Banjo. I'm a sorcerer and a tiefling as well.
Who do we have here at the end of the table?
I am Samuel. I play Arthur Valbereth. I am the warlock fighter of the group.
Cool.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I play Blumpton. He is a halfling rogue.
Kris.
You, madam.
I'm a sir, actually.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, who are you? Who do you play?
I'm Kris. I have an identity crisis most days. I play the very confusingly named Thomas Krayt Draken, who is a paladin dragonborn, and he's got an attitude problem.
God for that, we got there.
Let's round of applause.
Shouldn't be that high.
It looks so bright.
Somehow it is. So a quick recap of what happened last time on Legends of Vertraer. As the party were given their mission to take the scroll that you was given by the Orc Commander to the Human Kingdom, you were given explicit orders to take it to him and no one but him. You had your evening in the encampment where Cleetus and Carl put on a little show for you all. Cleetus played his banjo for you and some sullen, soft music. If you've watched the episode, you know it wasn't quite that, but it was good nonetheless. Arthur had his little conversation with his companion, his friend in his head, while Thomas got Brian drunk, very drunk. The following morning, you got up and you made your way towards the lands of the elves, travelling back through the controlled lands that the Resistance currently controls, through the outskirts, the very, very outskirts of the Human Kingdom, where you were on the way. You found yourselves going past a little sort of farm area where Brian encountered a little creature that he helped out of a little creature that he helped out of the barbed wire. He helped it and saved it, where you was ambushed by some of Argo's metal men, and a battle ensued with a few critical blows from our resident warlock and paladin here, with some quite creative spellcasting from the bard and the sorcerer. You managed to come close to defeating them when reinforcements arrived. And just as these reinforcements arrived, you got yourselves a little intervention by a very tall, dark red-skinned, 9-foot tall creature who introduced himself not by name, but purely by introducing himself as giving you a deal. He could help you, save you from these reinforcements, on the condition that you owed him a favour at his discretion later down the line. Mechanically, this is a homebrew mechanic. That is the story-driven purpose for it, Kris. The game mechanic behind this is that you all have a guaranteed natural 20. It is a custom mechanic, what I call the Scales of Fate. The Scales of Fate are currently in your favour. You each have a natural 20 that you can use once throughout the campaign as a guaranteed success on any roll. As long as the roll requires a d20, it's a guaranteed success. It is the one thing that I as DM cannot overrule. But the downside to this is once you've used that natural 20, I unlock the ability to impose a natural 1 upon you somewhere of my choosing. The only rule for you using your natural 20s is that you must do it before rolling a dice. So I ask you for a save or a throw of any kind, you stipulate it before you make the roll. That is the one rule. You must make very clear that you're using it before you roll any dice.
So shall we say the dice of fate?
Yeah, you are using your dice of fate. You are using your dice of fate before you roll it. If you've already rolled it, it's too late. You take the roll on the dice.
I want to get a dice that are just all 20s.
Yeah, we should look at an all 20s and an all 1 dice. Yeah, but each of you have this ability, and when you make it once, it's gone and burnt and used forever, and I then unlock the ability to impose a 1 on you somewhere throughout the campaign. At my discretion.
Sick.
I'm going to throw loads of really annoying concepts at you that I'm going to do, and they're going to make you want to use it on me.
Oh yeah, you're going to piss us off.
No, I can't use my natural 1 until you've used your 20.
If I decide to use my nat 20 early, I'm just going to make my character do a load of really out-of-hat stuff to the point that you just want to use it on me.
Love it if you just use it inconsequential bit. Like, he's about to fall off his stool, 20, save.
So, to set the scene, we left off last time at the end of the encounter with the the Metal Men soldiers.
Yeah. No, not Warforged.
Metal Men, Argo's Metal Men. You had defeated them, and you are currently still in the aftermath of this battle. It is the middle of the day. You're in this sort of dried, rivered area alongside the farmhouse and like old desolate farm area of humans at some point here. You know you're on the outskirts of the human land, of the human controlled lands. So what is everybody doing? What would you all like to do? You are literally the very end of this last encounter.
Right, I need to find my paladin voice again. That's got a bit sudden. Right.
Guys, we should probably make haste and get out of here before more of those reinforcements come. I think it's this
I
way.
ain't walking nowhere. I'm done.
Cole, can you roll, Cleetus?
I've tried.
Roll me.
Voice.
I've tried
I
that
can't
once.
heads.
Of course you do.
No, listen, there's sense behind it, okay? Look, if we come across a human settlement and we need favour, we rock up with metal men heads, they're going to be like, well, these around our village or town. And like, yeah, they're on your doorstep and we saved you from them. And then they're going to owe us favour. Or equally, if we run into someone who's a bit of trouble and we need to get into a fight, we have these metal men heads on our waist. They're gonna be like either impressed or not, don't care, which will give us an idea of how tough they are.
No, we're
so
just
I think it makes sense.
They might make some kind of assumption on the music we listen to. They might think we're metalheads.
Exactly. Yeah,
just hold
I might get tickets to a really cool band if I have these heads on my waist.
I've got time to get 2, but we've got to get out of here.
If we
Screamy country music.
How do you
Yeah,
know?
well, they're angry at the mark.
There were 4 of them, I believe.
If
I
you
kill 4 heads. I want all 4
if you
heads.
hollow out the head, we can wear them.
They are so this is, I mean, you've all seen them in the previous battles. These are Argo's, these are the bulk of his forces, these Argo's Metal Men as they're called. You have all fought them before. You fought them all in the battle before encountering these soldiers here. Arthur, you've fought them many times before in pretty much every battle across Vertraer so far. They started appearing roughly about 6 months ago. These metallic men. Argo's been here fighting for a little bit longer than that, but this is now the bulk of his forces. They're all roughly humanoid shape, of humanoid form. Some of them have some slight differences to them. You can see one of them that's a little bit like slimmer and shorter and skinnier. One of them, if you remember, had the mechanical bow on its arm, kind of very Transformers style. Its arm kind of caved in and out popped a little bow, like a little crossbow on its arm, mounted crossbow. They all seem pretty uniform. In looks-wise, they seem very similar to each other. They are mainly made up of metal with stone and wood carved in them. If they was people, they'd look like they had stone bones and muscle with like metal or with metal or stone, like an outer shell, basically. Very dead behind. When they die, their eyes go dim and there's just empty black holes behind their eyes.
I'm either cutting off or ripping off all the heads.
Oh, wait, hold on. Got your nose.
They don't actually have noses.
Not anymore.
Very much like Iron Man-esque, like faceplates, kind
You
of.
still have my nose.
They're all like very like flattened faceplates with just eye and mouth slits in them. Some of them have the little like squared Iron Man mouth slit. Some of them have actual mouth holes, moving mouth slits. You've not heard any of them really say anything, apart from when giving orders to each other or trying to
it
intimidate.
sounds like this. Have you seen my inventory?
Yeah, Cleetus is. Yeah, you got Cleetus's nose.
Carl's
nose.
Now I've got 4 metal man noses.
You got a bag of noses.
Can I take their heads, please?
Roll a strength for me.
Strength.
Yeah.
Got my dice.
Noses.
Got my dice plus 17 plus 3. That's a 20.
20.
Yeah, I'd say that's enough to take one of the heads off.
Natural 20.
One of their heads. I want all 4.
Yeah, I'd say that's enough to cut all 3 off. When you do, you cut through like bark and wood. Beneath it kind of looks like they've got a metallic helmet on, and when you slice beneath that, you kind of cut through bark and stone. But when you do, you take it off, and it isn't a helmet. It's as if you've cut a creature's head off. The metal that looks like a helmet is part of this creature's head.
So I'm gonna add
Could
more
their heads be used as bowls?
They are
watertight?
full. They're not like, if you tip it over, it's full of wood and stone.
Like, it could be watertight.
If you wanted to carve it out somehow, potentially.
Are their fingernails wooden or are they metal or what are they?
No, their fingers are stone. Like stony metal.
Topics.
Brandon wants a pick of destiny.
They're groin plates, are those metal?
Mixture of metal and wood.
And underneath?
Their ears?
Don't have ears.
Is there anything I can use as a guitar pick from their bodies?
You could probably chop some of the wood out from in between. They've got where they've got elbows and limbs that bend, that part is made of wood. Wherever they've got a joint, that's made of wood.
Rigid or flexible wood?
You don't know.
I need to know the
Until you try.
resonance properties of this.
Until you don't know until you try.
Okay.
You know, you can tell by looking at them that they are not living, breathing creatures. You can tell the amount of information that's known so far about these creatures is that they are clearly magical in nature. They are magical constructs of some sort. That's all that's known about them so far.
I'll give that a skip for now. I was thinking making like a bow and arrow or something.
He threw me earlier. Can you stop that happening?
I'll take 2 legs, sir.
How are you feeling? You still a bit drunk or you?
Yeah, I'm still a little bit drunk, still a little bit. He threw me. I'm not great.
I must say, you had at least like 2 full glasses of alcohol.
Alcohol. I'm saying he drunk a lot, and he's 3 foot, so he's.
Thomas, are you done? Have you cut the heads off? We need to go.
Have you got the head?
Come on then.
Please. Cleetus, can I have one of them noses?
Yeah, you can have one of them.
We could have just
I'm
gone.
not giving you your nose back.
Okay, I'm trying to add it, but it's added it to my equipment, not as a.
That's fine. What did you do? Type out a thing?
I just made it. I made a
it's fine.
custom.
Yeah.
It's at a custom, as custom. Sorry.
That's absolutely fine.
You see
So,
what calls and metal man.
Nice.
you
Full Warforged head.
you cut off their heads, and you're a big guy, aren't you?
Yeah,
they're too big to fit in your pack, so you're going to have to tie them to your pack or tie them to your waist and stuff.
They're tied around my waist.
Yeah, they clang as you walk. By the way, it's like walking in your armor. They clang as they walk. Imagine, like the desk toys you'd have, where it's like 4 balls on a pendulum. That's kind of what it's like, clanging at his waist. So as well as the clanging of Thomas's big metal dragonborn like chain plate armor as he walks, the standard as he walks, you know, here clang, 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 clang.
I kind of imagine it. You know, like Mystique has a little, like weird little, the tiny little skulls around her waist.
Oh yeah, I'm picturing it more like a orc from World of Warcraft with like a big skull
I
in
know.
the office. Yeah.
Like across here, and his head's just strapped there. Okay, I'll say that. Yeah.
He has a
torso.
cowbell.
Not a cowbell. Strapped around my torso, like.
Yeah, as he walks along, man, clang as he's walking.
Carl, you remind me of those cats with the bells around their necks.
What, them kitty cats?
We can't sneak up on nobody no more with this guy.
Well, his neck will be jingle jingle.
Can we call him Jingle Bell from now on?
We call him Jingle.
Hey,
We call him Jingle.
Bell.
Hey, Jingles!
Jingles!
Jingle.
Boys, I like you.
You're a real noble jingly boy, ain't you?
You free me, Jingles.
Carl, Mr. Jones, sing with me. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
I've still got like 3 imps in my bag, sack, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bite one's head off and then just dump blood on his head.
Oh, you fucker. I just can't breakfast. Oh. Carl,
Yeah,
what you gonna do
stinks
about
bad.
that?
It's like when he sits there, when he squeezes the body to squirt blood on you. When he squeezes the body to squirt blood on you, it's like it's not even red blood. It's like deep black tar. It's like all thick and gooey, thicker than regular blood.
Have we ever arrested you?
No.
No, can we ever arrest this supposed to?
Yeah, I'm hurting real bad here, Cleetus.
How much help? What time of day is it?
It's about mid-late afternoon.
So we've not really.
Perfect time for an afternoon nap.
Yeah, I could do a bit of a rest.
I can heal a couple people.
We need some flapjacks.
But I don't think we're going to rest
You know
now,
what?
are we? We're going to
Pancakes would be
make some
great.
travel.
Do you have any little cleaning spells? Because I'm kind of dirty right now.
Roll that on yourself, boy.
Don't talk to me so
You like
nasty,
cleaning?
like.
You can clean them up.
I clean my armour, not other people.
Oh, you can clean my arm. My arm, both my armors.
Okay, how
You can clean my legs as well.
Cleetus, you're Carl, aren't you?
I'm Cleetus. He's Carl.
Cleetus and
No, not all of us look the same. It's not very nice to say.
Carl, how much health have you got?
I've got 9 out of 17.
So you need 8. And how much health have you
9 out of 18.
Okay, I'm going to heal you up fully. So you get.
So the one you threw, you caused this.
So
He can put you in his pocket.
Alright, so I heal you 8 to get you back to full health.
Let's just lay on hands.
Oh, I feel
Hands, yeah.
Sir, you didn't get my nose.
Your nose suddenly popped back on.
No!
Cleetus, look, I got my nose back. Look.
You got enough.
So because this is the first time we're seeing Thomas use his lay on hands healing ability. So what does it look like when you use lay on hands? Because the conditions of the ability is you have to physically touch the creature that you're healing. So how does this look? Do you make a gesture, pray to your god, or do you
I like the concept that
how does it look?
that like when I use I use the smoke from my necrotic breath because I produce the smoke in my mouth to imbue my weapon with power earlier.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that concept where I just like clench my jaw, start billowing black smoke from it, and put my hand to my mouth, and it's just the black smoke covers my hands, and I just stroke him. I basically just stroke my hand over him.
Simba.
Yeah, I do that. I just go, and he suddenly heals.
Reminds me of Mama smoking.
Yeah.
Mama said smoking was bad for me, but this felt great.
Yeah. So you heal him up. You did the same. You did the same to Brian as well, was it?
How much health do you need?
I am 9 out of 18.
I'll give you 7.
7.
Yeah. So make sure you mark off that amount in your lay on hands pool.
Yeah, so I've got no more
I'm Mr. Paladin, sir. I know you mean not so nice to me, but I'm kind of hurting.
Do you not have any healing spells?
I want him to.
You should be able to heal.
I don't want to use myself.
I've used all my lay on hand pool, so.
You
You should have spoken up, man. You should have spoken up.
What is that?
Thomas, why haven't you voiced it?
Yeah.
That was weird. Does that happen when you use healing?
Yeah, my voice got a bit high for a second.
That's
Any
what it
spells
was.
prepared?
We was just smoking.
Okay, so let's go.
Yeah. When you take a long rest, you can change up your spells if you need to.
I never thought I needed healing. So.
Bard's a supports class.
Yeah, I've got like sleep and calm emotions. And
Bard's a utility class. Yeah, Bard's a
but
utility.
I expect that to buffing, not healing.
Yeah, no, Bard is a major utility class. So they do all the utility spells, healings and stuff as well. Clerics are the big time healers, but Bards do a lot of buffs and heals as well.
It's not a stroke of motion. It's into my hand.
He just
Like your mama's breath.
smoke into his face.
Your mama's so old.
Yeah.
Garlic.
Sure. So yeah, you can heal these guys up. That's no problem.
Yeah, I healed them and
Them.
yeah.
Them, is that what we are now?
I healed Cleetus.
And you healed Carl.
I healed Carl all the way
Brian.
up, and I healed Brian.
Don't tease me like that. I was gonna get some love.
How much health have you had?
I got 9 out of 21.
Oh, you're so fast.
My fat ass is missing.
You've already done it now. You've used your lay on hands.
Did I?
Hey, what's this?
I'm feeling great, Carl.
Yeah, no. When he uses the lay on hands and casts it on you, you feel like a wave of just like healing energy. Even though it doesn't look like it's going to be pleasant when this black smoke comes at you, but when it hits you, you feel re-energized and rebuffed.
Well, like a vape.
Yeah, it's a healing vape.
Do not promote vaping.
I'm not promoting
Promote smoking instead.
Has the opposite effect of cigar smoke. Makes you feel great.
Are we moving on from this area? So we
Where should we go?
Well, we need to go to the Elven Kingdom.
Can't you do any healing stuff?
No.
Why not?
I don't know how to do it.
You seem like a nice guy. I thought you might know some nice spells.
Does anyone else know healing spells?
I can mend your stuff.
I can also mend stuff, but I can't mend people. Can't mend a broken heart.
If no one has any healing spells currently prepared, no one has any
I
prepared.
could bake you a bandage.
No, you can't.
What flavor? Fine,
Just wraps across on Randy's wound.
I'll see if I can exchange some noses for some band-aids and medical supplies.
Just put the noses on the wound.
How does it smell?
Yeah, sorry.
So you're moving on? You travelling north?
Gonna have to limp my way.
So you would remember you did have to...
Hold. Oh, can I get one of those guys' legs and just use it as a crutch?
I tell you what, I'm going to carry him.
You want to carry him?
I'm going to carry him. He said he can't walk anywhere. So
I know you're a big guy, but he's
carry
also a big guy.
I'll carry him.
That sounds like
He's like a small tiefling, isn't he? I'm quite...
Oh no, he's a huge tiefling.
Yeah, but
I put the T in tiefling.
Yeah, I'll carry it. It's great.
How tall?
Yeah. So, you are currently in between the human kingdom and the elven city of Corminth, which is where you are currently heading. You are roughly, if you will look at the monitor, you are roughly here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, thereabouts. It's not an exact location as you've not passed any markers yet, but that is where you are currently.
Ooh, that's
Roughly
a big,
there.
rough area.
You are on your way towards the human city of Corminth to deliver this scroll you was given from the orc commander, which...
Jangle.
Ah, yes, no, I do have it. It's here.
That rip off a random piece of paper.
No, this is wrapped up in the scroll case. You have it here. It's in game. It's in a scroll case, so you guys can't see what's on it yet. But I do actually have it. We have physical props. Yes, I do actually have it. Yeah.
Wait, who has the scroll case?
You do.
I do.
I thought it was in his breast.
No, I gave it to...
You cannot read it because it is in a magically sealed scroll case. But yes, you currently have it.
Good luck, Krayt. I see there's a scroll there.
Yeah, it is magically sealed, but yes.
Still slightly tipsy.
So, you can continue making your way sort of northwest, roughly towards the city of Corminth. It is not rough terrain, but it's sort of you're approaching more forested and hilled areas now, so the going is a little bit slower. The weather is pretty temperate and climate. It's not warm, but it's not freezing cold. It's a comfortable temperature to walk in.
I ain't doing no walking. I'm just on back to this motherfucker.
As you travel through the rest of the afternoon, nothing.
You're not going to get travel sick, are you?
We'll find out.
That's just acid.
The pressure on my stomach.
As you walk through the woods, it's not. There's nothing of event happens until the evening. You make your way through the forested areas, and you can now. It's probably starting to get darker. The trees are kind of giving off more shadow and things as you're walking around. You find that it doesn't go completely dark yet. It's not when that's sort of like that twilight dusk kind of time of day. When you hear, roll everybody for me perception.
Whoa. I'll roll the yes.
Can I also get a marching order of how you're walking?
I'm up front.
Yep.
Arthur is up front.
I've got a passive perception of 12.
I know you do. I have your passives here.
So, do I use that?
No, I asked you specifically to roll a perception.
Shit. Arthur got an 8.
8.
19.
19. What's the marching order? So we got Arthur up front. Who's behind Arthur? Are you walking? Are you walking single file or sort of 2 by 2
I'll take
in a
the
group?
Technically, I'm 2 by 2 with a car.
Where's the angle?
I'm wherever he's going.
He's on my
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah, you got him on your shoulder.
I think
I'm gonna
that's
say
me
18.
cradling him.
Yeah.
He's
So
on my back.
I got a 6. So I'm just saying this here.
Cleetus and Brian.
Yeah.
You, as you
4
approach this
plus
part
2,
of the dark and dusked time, you see on the ground there are. All of you see this. You see there are. Sorry, ignore that. I clicked the screen. You see there are drag marks on the ground. There is a.
We met as a creature called a dragon.
No, there are dozens. They are hard to miss. It is dozens and dozens of drag marks.
I don't miss them.
It is dozens and dozens of drag marks in the ground.
Say
The
that.
stars is quite pretty tonight.
You're looking up, we're looking at our feet.
You can also see an overturned wagon, and Brian and Cleetus, you both hear from this overturned wagon something making a noise.
What on earth is that?
I'm sorry, that was me. I was just. I was silent, but
You got to end up there.
You can point out the wagon to us.
You can all see the wagon, but these two can hear a noise.
No, they're just completely oblivious.
yeah, that's the thing.
Brian, are you still drunk? Did you hear that?
No, I'm sobered up. What was that?
Quick, have another drink.
No, this is a bit of a serious thing. Just get off your shoulders.
Shimmy down,
Shimmy down.
just throw down the ladder.
Just like slide down. Your head's pointed the other way.
I heard that. I can hear things. I want to
I can hear the cart.
I use the heads to climb down.
Guys, how far is the car away from us?
From where you're walking, it's just off the trail in some of the trees.
Guys,
About 30, 40 feet.
throw him again.
You're holding Cleetus. You can't throw
He climbed down.
Oh, you just climbed down? If you're going to let him pick
Right,
you up.
come here.
I'm going to interject and stop him from throwing Brian.
I throw Arthur.
And I say, no, stop this.
You try to throw all these
Guys.
just sliding him on the ground.
What happened last time, Thomas?
I see Thomas go to grab Brian. I kind of grab his wrist and say, no, this time.
It's just me between two.
Can I just throw Arthur?
He's too large for you to just pick up and throw. You can't pick up creatures of an extra size than you. You are still technically, even though you're tall and big, he counts as a medium creature, as do you. You don't count as a large creature.
And
So
also, it's me and him combined. You'd have to do a strength check between you and you whether who gets me. I feel so special.
unless they both roll it and tear your fucking arms off.
Natural.
I'm not grabbing Brian's arm. I'm grabbing Thomas's wrist
Oh, okay.
to stop him from grabbing you.
Okay.
So we've had enough throwing for one day. Just let's go check this out.
Nobody ever wants to touch me.
I had you on my shoulder.
Doesn't count. My legs. So
I give him a pat on the shoulder.
So,
Yeah.
at this point, I'm going to then scuttle stealthily towards this cart.
Yeah, roll a stealth check for me.
Stealth cheek.
Damn, that was a good roll though.
And, is it on the...
Yeah.
So I have got 23.
23? Yeah. You silently manage to walk your way up to this. It's a cart, but it's overturned. It's like upside down with the wheels in the air.
Is the wheel spinning or?
No, it's just sat there. You see, when you approach this cart, you can hear the little sort of something's in there, kind of moving around. It doesn't sound small or skittery. It's more like something crawling around on hands and knees.
I think that's very specific.
At this point, because I'm so oblivious of this, I'm just saying, "Hey guys, there's a cart over there."
Yeah.
Quiet, find your nose.
So am I able to stealthily investigate what's inside?
You can potentially. There are little cracks and things in
just
the cart.
peek
You
in.
can peek through. Yeah.
Yes.
When you look through, so yeah, you're close enough. I'm not going to make you roll for it, but you can see underneath the car on the inside is a small child.
Can I just lift the cart off of the small child?
No, he's
you
in the
haven't
car.
seen anything. No, the cart's overturned and he's
it's not
upside down
one with the
in it.
roof.
Yeah,
Right.
with the roof on the floor.
Can I just walk up to the cart and is the car has the car got a roof or has the car not got a
The
roof?
car is just a regular. Imagine a horse and cart,
Yeah.
and it's been overturned and upside down.
Okay.
Guys,
Lift the cart.
there's a child in here.
Yeah, you can lift it up. Roll a strength check for me.
Do not squish the child.
15. My strength is +3, so 18.
Yeah, that's enough. So what do? You just lift it straight up, or you just sort of tilt it up?
I just tip it over.
Yeah, you tip it over. When you tip it over and it hits the ground, one of the wheels on the other side kind of cracks even more as it falls off, and you see there is there's a small boy. He's probably no older than 9, maybe 10, in tattered robes, and he's got no shoes, he's got nothing on his feet. He's very clearly, very filthy and dirty. He's been laying in the mud underneath. He's been trapped underneath this cart. Basically, he wasn't strong enough to move it. He was trapped underneath this cart, and when he sees the cart tilt up and he sees this big, tall, dragonborn man tip the cart in front of him, he lets out a scream. He says, please, don't hurt me, don't hurt me. He's not even looking up at you. He says, please don't hurt me.
I pick him out like this.
Come.
Be quiet, boy. What happened here?
He's a young human boy. He's got like short blonde hair, very dirty and filthy, very thin, underfed. And you just pick him up. I won't even make you roll for that. You pick him up. He's still kind of cowering, like opening one eye, waiting to get injured or killed or hurt.
Thomas, show some decorum.
Yeah.
This kid is
Thomas, give me the boy. Give me the
Am I
boy.
eating him? No.
Did you just say that? When you say that, he's like, don't eat me!
Thomas, you gotta remember you have a very scary face to some kids, so come here. So I pick the boy down by his I pick him up, kind of like take him off of Thomas and put him down. I hold him by the waist. I said, Brian, have you got any 4 flapjacks? He looks very hungry.
I've changed my recipes now. I am making pies.
When you say that, giving him food, it's like, I haven't
I
eaten in
made
days.
this because of every kind of. Be honest, I'm going to keep calling the different things. It's essentially still the same thing,
Wasn't it
just a
flapjack?
different shape.
What kind of pie you got there?
It's a flapjack pie.
Flapjack.
Brian, give the boy some.
Y'all don't have any pot pies?
I'm starting to think you're a really lousy cook and you only know how to make flapjacks.
Hey, we can have this discussion some other time. I'm obviously out of food. Brian, please.
I have imp.
I have.
I have imps.
Here's small child. Here's flapjack.
And he
Wasn't
kind
it
of
pop?
takes
Flapjack pie.
Oh, okay.
he takes it off you, and as he's like munching away on it, he's like, thank you, I haven't eaten in days. I was hoping they wasn't going to come back.
Who?
What happened here?
Sorry, I sound like an owl. Sorry. Sorry. Who?
Our camp was attacked by the big metal men. We were attacked.
All those metalheads.
We were attacked.
No,
We
not the bad thing.
I just go to the, you mean these metalmen?
And he kind of looks at the heads and he's like, yeah, those, more of them attacked us. They took everybody. They landed one of their big sky boats and they took everybody.
Sky.
Was the leaving the sky boat?
Yeah. They dragged everybody into the clearing. They slaughtered all of us.
Which direction did the sky boat go?
Well, not all of you.
West.
Technically, they missed west.
Well, he points in a direction and you'd know it as west, looking at your map.
That's more or less the direction that we're going in.
Ooh. Listen, guys, we can't ignore this. We have to help them. We have to save as many lives as we can in this war.
Are you sure he's not going to be a bird and a little boy? What can he...
You can see drag marks, but you can't see any bodies anywhere. There's blood.
Do the drag
No
marks
bodies,
end at a point though where they were
Well, it's still
taken
going.
into the airship?
Depends, you can follow him.
I've always followed the drag mark. Wait, is there a does anyone know of a town nearby where we can drop the kid off?
I don't know this.
God, man, that's some really weird stuff happening.
Arthur.
Can we just pat this boy down and just see if anything's happening?
You would know
Yes.
to continue your mission towards the elves, you are roughly more than a week's travel to get there. You would know there are small settlements like this one here and there, sort of small farms and encampments here and there. You would know to get to the main settlement of the humans in the east, you would probably add another 3 or 4 days to your journey to get to the main human settlements. You could reach some of the outer areas, but again, you've not heard any word from them that you know of recently.
So we could take the boy to one of these settlements that are around, but we should go investigate where these middlemen are taking these people. We need to stop this.
Hold on. The boy, did you see anyone take people, or were they eaten, or what happened?
We was camping for the night, and they came out of the forest at us. There was dozens of them. They started slaughtering everybody. They anyone they killed, they dragged their bodies into the clearing, and the ones they didn't kill, the screams, I could hear them.
Is there any blood visible around the area, or is it just drag?
So there are the drag marks. There are telltale signs that stuff has moved through here, but with the amount of drag marks, it's disrupted the land so much that whatever tracks and stuff there were, whatever's left, it's purely just drag marks.
Guys, I think if we follow these drag marks, we'll probably get to where they're taking the people.
Yeah, sure.
Small child, can you walk?
You want
I
to go
can walk.
towards the trouble?
That's what I do.
No. The boy might have some money on him. We can buy some beer.
There's a
I have beer at the place we're going to.
I doubt it. These guys seem to be drinking blood, not alcohol.
No, that's what Thomas does.
Thomas, would you go to follow the blood trail or the beer trail?
Both.
Alright, let's go.
Follow the drag
Out of
marks.
curiosity, did the imps that I killed and have in a bag, did they drink any beer before they died?
no.
Oh.
Right, little Charles, Uncle Cleetus, and Uncle Carl will look after you real good.
Gotcha, no.
Still the kid's nose.
I thought I was going to die. I didn't think anyone would find me under that wagon. I tried my hardest, but I couldn't move it.
Well, the teeth just stole your nose, man.
I'll keep it safe. Don't worry.
He's looking at you as if to say like,
No, it's that.
You still look fine. Don't worry.
It's a ghost.
I'm gonna
You're
kneel
a
down.
ghost.
It's okay, little guy. I've lived without a nose for 2 days now.
and
it's okay.
he's looking at you perplexed because he's like, I can see his nose.
Arthur kneels down to the just go with this.
It's okay. I've got this middleman nose for you.
And he looks up at you and he's like, oh, they're like my cousin.
Oh, you can't give away the stuff I gave you.
Cousin
That means
Joffrey got
nothing.
kicked in the head.
No, I tried to put it on myself, but it didn't work.
Punch yourself in the way.
Do I have a nose?
You would have like a snout or something.
Yeah, you'd have like a dragon's snout. You're more humanoided face, but you got like a big dragon's. Like,
I'm going directly off of my
Yeah.
picture.
Okay. Can I search the wagon? Anything?
Yeah. When you search rag, make an investigation check for me.
As he's doing that, Arthur's going to say to the boy, do you know any settlements nearby? Somewhere you can get to safety?
15.
I don't know. No,
Do you remember where you live?
No, we've been travelling for days.
Where were you going?
I don't know. I was just with my parents.
You don't know a lot, do you, boy?
This
They
poor
didn't tell me.
child. Well,
He's 9, practically a man.
Y'all got any money on you?
No, they took everything.
Roll 19.
Rolled a 19. You can see on the...
Plus 4 for investigation.
you can see there are reins attached to the cart. Arthur, what's your family sigil again?
It is a wolf on a shield and 2 swords behind it.
That is the exact symbol you can see on the reins.
Arthur, this looks like your family crest, doesn't it?
Wait, what? Arthur goes over to investigate.
Yeah,
Arthur,
it
you
is.
see, this just looks like
It is
that
the
dog
Vertraer
thing.
family crest.
I'm just playing with the kid.
Yeah, Arthur, how rich was your family?
But the kid's
We're
not
not,
playing.
we're not the richest of nobles, but we're not by any means poor, if you would say.
I think about
Stop it, Colin. Stop it.
This is troubling. Well, why?
Your dad had retired, hadn't he, from fighting?
Yeah, he was retired. Yeah, but he's still in fighting condition. But he doesn't participate anymore. He kind of.
Well, the last time you spoke to him, he wasn't.
No, that's true. That's true.
You haven't
It's been a while.
spoken or seen. You haven't seen him for some time, have
Yeah,
you?
it's been a while since
You've
I
been
last
away
saw him.
fighting, so.
And we're nowhere near where my family home is.
Your family home would potentially be on the other side of the human kingdom, all the way towards the coast.
My father must have been trying to help these people or something.
Well,
That must
imagine
be-
it like Game of Thrones, where you've got your family house, but you have troops that wear your banner, and you've got your bannermen and stuff. You know, you've got men that work for your family and serve your family in troops and stuff. So potentially, if you've seen your symbol on these reins, it is this cart has come from
my family,
your family home.
So I'm going to speak to the boy. Boy, what does this symbol mean to you?
I hadn't seen it before.
These people you were with, who were they to you?
They were soldiers. There were soldiers with us. There were other farmers. There were other children.
Why were you in this caravan?
They were helping us get away. We were just told, they came to the houses and just told us to pack up, and we had to leave.
It must have been what my father's doing. He must have seen this coming and wanted to evacuate all the people. I have to help these people.
Sure.
It sounds
It
like
might-
something we got to do now.
Some of my family men might be still there. They might still
It could be
alive.
just a coincidence. You might have plagiarism here for this symbol, and they just happen to have the
This is
same.
definitely my family secret.
Okay,
This
look,
is
we're-
definitely my family.
Brian, you've recooked those pancakes 5 times now.
Mr. Nintendo, can you not sue pocket pair, yeah?
What?
So Mr. Nintendo can try. It's not sue pocket pair. You're trying to imply copyright.
This kid's just like eating this flapjack, just like sat against the cart, like looking at you as if to say, like, I'm so tired and so hungry.
I do ask the boy, soldiers. Did you notice them listen to anyone? Like, did they take orders from anyone in particular?
Are you asking about the human soldiers?
Yes, the
Yeah.
human soldiers.
Yeah,
Was there
they-
someone of importance there that could be?
I don't know. They were just taking and giving orders from each other. I spent most of the travel time with my father.
No one stood out.
Not that I can remember, no.
Did anyone look like they was wearing this type of armour? And he points like to his armour. His armour's got like the sigil on his chest.
Yeah, so your father would have very similar armour to yours, wouldn't
Yeah.
you? You got any brothers or anything like that? I did ask before, but no.
Single child.
You know that the bannermen for your house would wear similar armour, but rather than the sigil being on the chest, they'd have it on their shoulders and on like a cloak. Yeah, and that's what he says. There were soldiers that had that same symbol on their shoulders and their cloaks, but no one that wore armour like yours.
Okay, so I can rule out my father was not here, but his men were here, and I need to help them. These are men that I grew up with. I need to find out if they're okay or not.
You can see the drag marks. You can see the drag marks go So the drag marks kind of go off into the forest a little bit. You're still in the forest, but you can see they go off slightly, sort of curve round to the west, and you can see that beyond them trees there is a clearing.
I'm gonna like just.
You need to be up front.
What time of day is it?
Late evening,
getting late.
early evening now. Sorry, sort of mid-evening.
I close the top. Thomas, can you look after the boy? Boy, what is your name?
My name Oren.
Oren.
Oren, call you boy.
This
Oren, he's called Jingles.
Hello, Jingles.
Oren.
Just do that. Just introduce kids. Leave me with one left, and I dump more blood on it.
You see, but you notice how he jingle bells when he did the dump.
But he's looking at, like, his little face is just like, he doesn't know what to make of the fact he's just watched you tear off a demon's head. He's like in shock.
I've eaten it.
Yeah, he's in shock.
We could jolly old Saint Nick, but there ain't no joy in this boy.
It's fine. Oren, he will keep you safe. Don't worry. We'll travel with us for a little bit, and we'll find the sentiment to drop you off.
You've got like 2 explosive of blood on you right now.
That's why you're carrying me. Hit me hard.
And technically, you'd be covered in blood as well if he was covered in blood.
I don't think he cares.
He's running out of imps, so
He's always covered in blood.
Can I look through the wagon for any kind of healing stuff?
No. What you found with the other check before is what you found.
Can I roll a perception check to see if there's anything of value? Because seemingly they...
Someone has already investigated the wagon, and that's what they found.
Since
I found the logo.
There was nothing physically in it, but when you've investigated it, you've noticed the brains. That's how
well,
it's-
since some of us are hurting right now, and I don't think these fellas are going to be coming back, I say we set up camp here and we move on in the morning.
I don't think it'd be too good to travel at night. What do you guys?
Long rest.
Okay, I think you're right.
Are you going to be okay? You've learned this news of your family sailing.
I am not going to sleep well tonight, I'm going to say that, but I'll try. But we must investigate first thing in the morning.
Did you want to go look in the clearing? Did you?
Yeah, actually, I will. Me and Brian will go whilst this guy is set up camp. And I say to Thomas, where we're going, there could be more fiends that you can eat later.
So yeah, so I'm assuming you three and Oren stay back to start setting up a little camp, and you walk. It's probably only 100, 150 feet through the forest line. You can still see them walking through the forest line into this clearing, and when you get into the clearing, you can see it's a large clearing in the forest, and you can see that something large has obviously touched down on the ground. Something large has hit the ground. All the grass and dirt is disturbed as if something's been sat there for a while. The grass is flattened and disturbed, and you can see a deep, dug pit there as well, and the smell is horrific.
So there's nothing else there, no enemies.
No, there's no
men.
equipment.
It's just clearing.
It's just a clearing, yeah.
Alpha is going to go and investigate the pit.
So am I over with you, or am I still?
I'm
So
real
you're
tired.
with the boy and the two brothers.
You're noisy as hell at this point.
I'm not noisy.
That's a good point.
Wait a minute, you have 2 jangly heads. Do you not have
heads.
Four.
No, you squeeze to them.
No, I don't squeeze to it.
No, it's the imps who's talking about.
Oh, okay.
I'm covered in the juice of the.
I'm real glad
And I
that you
bite
took my
their
nose,
heads
Cleetus, so that I don't have to smell this.
Why are your eyes watering then?
I don't know, but I'm just glad.
So yeah, when you
Probably smells
Smells
real bad.
like a.
Look, I'm going to walk over to the clearing to have a little nose, leave the boy with them two for a minute,
yeah.
and...
See, boy, you can hear it. What jingle bells?
Do you want to have an imp on your head?
You
Yeah,
can't
go
hear me.
on.
I'm talking to the boy.
You ain't got no more.
I've got one more.
I'm gonna use
Used
one.
to, and you got one more. Yeah, when you walk up to this pit, Arthur, you can see it is full of bodies. It's a mass grave.
That's great. And,
It's a mass grave.
do I notice any of the soldiers from my father's?
Make investigation for me.
That is a 18. Oh, actually, investigation. Hold on a second.
I think 18's enough.
I think a 17's fine anyway. Yeah, 18.
Yeah, you can see there are I don't have any names prepared off the bat, but you can see there are men that you recognise from the battalions of soldiers that you grew up training with. You can see they are men from your father's keep. It's a mixture. They're mostly humans in the grave, but you can see a couple of elves and dwarves and things. But so far, all the ones you can see are. So Oren told you he'd been trapped here for a couple of days, and the amount of time it would take for a body to decay in 2 days. These look like they've been decaying longer. And all of them have holes in the forehead, cheeks, and the chin. And they all look like they're like shriveled and sunken in and like sucked dry. Like,
I like the things from Starship Troopers. It sucks the brain.
Sucked his brains out.
yeah, you got like a mark and holes in the forehead on either side of the cheek and the bottom of the chin.
After seeing this, he tightens his fists and he deeply enraged by this. He kind of expresses, "Fuck! Damn it!"
Beep.
Banjo language.
You hear, Arthur, that voice of this acquaintance of yours that you've been paired with for some time. You hear that voice in the back of your head that says,
I am sorry, my dear boy. This is an injustice beyond measure. These men seem to have been maimed. It is evil.
I say to Nim, do you know what happened to these men? Why is those holes in their face?
I have never seen such a thing before.
It's very strange. And he kind of snaps back into reality. He says to Thomas and Brian, "Come, let's go set up for camp and let's make for the morning. First thing in the morning, we'll head out and try and find out where these metal men are camped and kill the bastards."
one more thing I forgot to mention, you can see all the drag marks led to the very base of where the grass had been flattened. And you can see the drag marks just stop there, so they was obviously dragged up into something and then all dragged into this.
So is there more drag marks past that as well? So
No.
there's something, there's nothing,
Nope. Nothing past that, no.
Okay. So something was obviously left in.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's head back to camp. Let's have some food, get some rest.
Welcome back, guys. I made the flapjacks.
Whoa! You've been replaced.
You've been replaced.
Let me see how good.
That's just mud.
It's just funny grass. Didn't have fire or ingredients. What do you think, Brian?
It's great. It's great. It's good.
You want some?
Maybe later. I'm full.
I don't think he likes that.
Don't look
Oh,
that.
Eat his flapjacks.
I'm honestly, I'm tired. I'm going to retire next to this cart.
It's a bit gritty.
If you've...
I don't go fucking English
Can
today.
Hold on.
But gritty.
Cleetus, roll an intelligence check for me to see what this thing is you've made.
That's just how.
You don't have proficiency in cooking utensils, so roll an
doesn't
intelligence
have a
check
proof.
for me.
14.
14. What ingredients would Carl and Cleetus have had on them to make this thing?
Noses of straw.
Noses.
They're made of metal and stone. They don't physically have noses, these creatures.
Nobody said it was. I was trying to make it edible.
I feel like the noses are they're
They're face
conceptual.
plates.
They're conceptual noses he's talking about. But he's got his nose in his
I
inventory.
took off the flapjack from the boy.
You stole half his flapjack.
I try to make more. Brian
It
keeps
is-
making more, so I'm gonna make more as well.
Well, I've already decided that Brian gets proficiency in cooking tools because it's part of his backstory now. Yeah, you make whatever rations and stuff you've had. You maybe pick up some little plants and things in the ground just to mish into this thing, and it's not terrible, but
It's gritty.
It's a bit gritty and like soily. Whatever it is, he hasn't cleaned anything. Probably didn't wash his hands before he made it.
You're supposed to wash your hands.
So he's covered in demon, like in blood. So there's some of that in there as well.
It's a
not great.
Let me try
It's
some.
not completely inedible, but yeah. Like, you know when you're trying to eat something at the beach and you can feel the grittiness in the teeth where you've like
You dropped it on the sand.
Yeah.
You dropped it on the sand. There's like 3-second rule.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Cleetus, I will admit these raisins in here are really good.
I didn't put raisins in there.
One of these little black things.
Oh no, I found it in a pile over there.
That's frapping, man.
Brian, you sure you don't want some?
I am
Can I
sure.
force feed him?
Want some raisins? Raisins?
I'm okay, thank you.
Being rude.
You can try.
I'm trying.
Sleight of hand. Brian, roll opposed. No. Dexterity, the two of you. Dexterity.
Brian, what do you have a higher rating in? Let's give you a fair chance.
Dexterity, to be fair. Oh god.
Wait, where's my dexterity?
It'd be one of the main skills.
Oh, yeah.
We've lost the map, guys.
21.
We've lost the map.
Ah, great.
It's fine.
That's fine.
21?
Yeah, I've got 8.
8?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just, hand on the back of your head and just shoves this thing into your face.
Don't be rude.
Cole, why does this boy always keep feeding little Brian?
He's like your ex-girlfriend, just likes to feed you like, I think he just wants him to get real plump.
And there's...
What
But he
call
keeps
it?
throwing, he's a
Orange?
feeder, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a feeder.
You can see Orange just kind of stood back watching all this, just like hoping no one kind of sees him anymore. He's like, who the fuck are these people that have found me?
Protect the
Oren,
boy.
you have a blackjack.
Now, don't worry, Jingles likes to do this kind of stuff to Brian. He's got a bit of like a fetish for it.
They got a special relationship.
Just you're not drunk, you got the.
I mean, there's not much height difference. There's not much height difference between Owen and Brian. Brian's not that much taller than him.
You're smart.
I like to think I treat Brian like a little brother, in a way. I low-key bully him a little bit, but it comes from a good place.
So it's just Kris, the way he treats Matt.
Yeah.
Even though you bully him, but it comes from a place of love. Sure.
Physical harm and
You're older than me by like, how many months?
Kind of case of, sure, I could hurt you, but if anyone else does, I'll burn the world down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I like the dynamic.
How did you find the flapjack?
Please tell me, what did you think of it?
it was good.
You said you didn't want it.
It's me just turning
How
away
is that
to
lie?
throwing up.
Jingles, I appreciate the help.
Roll deception.
Yeah,
I appreciate the help, Jingles.
what is it with these rules?
I give up my
No, hold on. I want to know what his deception roll is.
8.
8? Nah, you can tell he's lying.
Yeah.
You can tell he's lying.
Oh, my heart. Brian, why'd you have to hurt me
I'm
like that?
sorry, I'm trying to make you feel better about your kid. I came from a cooking establishment.
But why can't you cook then?
You can't cook.
You've recooked the same. Cooking the same thing is not the same as cooking.
I'm
I
too
call
tired
for a
of
great
it.
Vertraer bake-off.
God. Maybe that can be a Patreon bonus. If we reach 50 subs, we'll do an episode. We'll do an episode of the Great Vertraer Bake Off.
Brian and Cleetus.
Yeah. With Brian and Cleetus.
Okay, cool. You guys
What
are
are you doing?
I'll give you flour and water. Make something.
Yeah. If we reach 50 Patreons, we'll do a Great Vertraer Bake Off special.
Hey, Orange, you want to be a judge on a Great Vertraer bake-off?
We can have Owen as a guest on it, sure. As a one-off, one
He's
shot.
like, this is going weird. Kind of weird. They just killed me.
So that's fine. Right, we're taking a long rest, I assume.
Yeah.
I need
Yes.
guard times. You are in the wilderness.
I'll take first shift.
How long is the shift?
However you want to split them up.
Also, before we do this, Arthur's going to take his sleeping bag out and he's going to give it to Oren to sleep.
Yeah. Take your sleeping bag out your pack and give it to him.
And I'll take first watch.
Yeah.
Arthur's a bit too angry to sleep right now.
I'll take second watch then.
I'll do the last watch.
So you can split it up however you want, but it has to be 8 hours of rest.
So you've given up your sleeping bag, so I'm going to unfurl my wings.
They are not actually a part of you, if you remember. We discussed this. They are an ability thing that you do. You don't actually have them, and you don't have them yet, I don't think.
No.
Is it not level 5 that you get them, or level 3?
Already.
I think it's level 5 you get that.
Is it not a racial thing?
I think he gets it level 5.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's spinning around going, do I have wings yet? I can't see it. Because
Yeah.
I swear it's the only thing. He's like got this whole gruff exterior, but if you mention his wings, it's like, I got them, yeah.
So yeah, Arthur's going to take the first watch and he'll probably be up for about 4 hours.
Yeah. So
Everyone else can get some sleep.
I need
Get
my
some
boo to
sleep.
sleep, so I'm going
before anybody marks off a long
I'll take the
rest,
day watch. While
can I get
walk.
a perception check from Arthur for me, please?
No, it's not level 5. It's just
You did that so fucking quick.
It's just an ability.
Rolled.
How long do they last?
A minute.
A minute?
So not much help for uses a blanket.
They only last for a minute though.
It's a minute worth of blanket.
You got a minute worth of blanket, yeah?
Perception. Did you say perception, yeah?
Yes.
That's a 17.
17? Yeah, you can see as the evening comes into a close, as everyone settles down, anyone kind of make a campfire, or what does this little encampment look like that you guys have made?
Actually, if I use my necrotic breath, would that also generate enough heat to make a fire?
No.
Nope, that's necrotic,
Well,
not
I've
fire.
taken the other smolder going with the food.
Yeah? You would have made a little fire. Yeah, you can quite easily make a little fire.
Yeah.
You'll curl up around this fire. How are you stood guard? Are you walking around or just kind of
it's
sat
kind
up
of
against a
pacing
tree?
around. So I'm assuming we're kind of using the wagon a little bit as part of
Gambling against it.
to kind of like there's a bit of cover to put stuff over. So I'm just kind of like doing like a circle perimeter around.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. So yeah, you hear the sort of rustlings of the odd creature in the night, like a bird and an owl maybe. Like you see a little. It's kind of like a ferret, but it looks more. I imagine Vertraer as having a lot of animals, like in the Avatar: The Last Airbender, where there's not many regular animals; they're kind of all mixtures. So you see this little ferret that also kind of looks like a little. It's a ferret, but it's got like a panda next to it as well.
Ferret.
Yeah, it's like a little panda ferret.
Okay, I like it.
I have to imagine it's
like a
one
little
half
panda
there, it's
ferret.
like panda, you
Really
only see
bad at
it.
living though, so it kind
No.
of falls over.
No. It's a little panda ferret. Yeah, you don't see nothing for your watch. Nothing happens that interrupts you for your first 4 hours.
My watch now.
So what I want to get is if you're going to do the complete second watch, or if anyone else is taking some of it as well, because that will affect
So
the
we do
DC.
2 halves or.
You know, Jingle.
Arthur's already done 4 hours because he stayed in there.
Long rest is 8 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to do the full second half.
Yeah, cool. So Arthur wakes you up in the middle of the night. You're up to do your watch. Roll perception for me. When you start your watch, just as you start your watch, the weather turns a little bit, becomes a bit more brisk and cold. It lightly misting of rain. It's not exactly pouring it down, but it's a light mist.
I got a 4.
You got a 4? Yeah, you don't see nothing.
Okay.
So he falls asleep.
So Arthur waking him up wakes me up now.
Up in your right.
So that rustles me up. I also got dark vision, so.
Sure, you
What
can
do I
see. You can see in the dark, black and white.
Good job.
No, I'm saying.
Well done.
Do I see anything when I wake up before we
You can roll a perception.
Is that with advantage because you can
Nope.
set it up?
7 plus.
You can just see in black and white in dark vision. Dark vision's literally like having night vision goggles on.
So I've got 10.
10? Yeah, you can't see nothing either.
Good night.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want
You look at one part of the forest, don't see nothing.
KO. Polish is.
Yeah, the weather turns a little bit, starts to rain a little bit. It's not heavy rain, it's just like a light misting. And you can all wake up the following morning.
Take a long rest.
Take a long rest.
So I take a short rest, so I'm up for 4 hours.
No, you don't have to sleep for 8 hours. You just have to rest.
Oh, okay.
So you all take your nice long rest, and you wake up in the morning.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, Cleetus. Morning, Jingles.
My legs feel not like jelly anymore.
Okay, I'm just gonna bite my arse head off as my morning breakfast. So I just put it on my hat and my hand and just go squirting with blood now.
Yeah, you covered in blood.
That's the one way to wake up.
Yeah. Carl, if you could smell that, it's nasty.
I know, it probably smells real bad.
You have
You could just smell what you smell like. It's real nasty.
What does it smell like, Cleetus?
It's like bile and vomit, and it's disgusting.
You know, my mama used to get real sick after a night out with men. Something like that, but sweatier.
What?
Your mum was a hole.
The picture. Do not say that about my mama. Her and Daddy were really good siblings one day.
They were good siblings.
Did you think? How do your parents get to know each other?
My parents were related.
How? That's
How do you
what
keep-
families about. How do you keep the bloodline pure?
Whoa!
We're pure bloods.
We're pure blood. Look at us.
Thomas and
We're letting a lot back in some car.
Oh, it's terrible.
But out of all the stuff, that makes you sick.
Thomas literally just puked.
Roll Constitution.
I'm admitting to puking. I'm not like trying to.
No one see how much it is.
Okay.
Carl,
Cleetus.
I've got +2.
how does this guy get sick from that?
20.
Nothing else.
20, it's a lot. Everything you've eaten for the last 2 days comes up.
Oh,
It's just all demon heads though.
Yep. So demon heads and bile and blood, it's disgusting.
I like to imagine one just doesn't digest and comes towards
The
me.
last
I
one that
wake
he's
up.
eaten, yeah.
I would just go,
Can I,
oh my god,
Can I
redact.
make an addition to that? His flapjacks came up perfectly intact. Just floated towards him, fully intact.
No, even better, it's just when the head's like eating flapjack just comes towards me.
He just goes like, oh, more flapjacks.
I pick up the head flapjack in his mouth and I put it back in and eat it again.
Grim. Roll Constitution again.
Again. See me give it a good.
12 + 2, 14.
Just enough. Doesn't taste nice, but you managed to keep it down.
There we go.
Comes out the other end.
So,
Respect.
Cleetus, this is why Mama always said, keep that as a family secret, because those mudbloods don't like it.
I don't know why I made this dragon guy. Actually, I don't think he's a dragon. He doesn't have any wings. I just think he's an angry lizard.
not all Dragonborn have wings.
So, I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna say, is the kid still with us?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
What's the kid's reaction to me just vomiting in there? And
He was still asleep when you vomited.
Don't worry, boy. Jingles had some bad news.
which direction did I vomit and how close was Brian?
You vomited on the floor next to you.
No, I saw it. It came towards me. I went to get out my sword and I was like, oh, he threw up.
The question is, do you collect some of the flapjacks for your stash, because they're perfectly intact?
Yeah.
I'm not. No, I believe in the clean kitchen.
Sure.
Weirdly.
You believe in a clean kitchen, but I ain't seen you in the kitchen once.
Yeah, you just magic up flapjacks
Yeah.
out of nowhere, and then there's sometimes waffles and there's sometimes pie.
The thing is, if I
I'm starting
collect,
to think the kitchen's imaginary and you're seeing things.
if I collect existing flapjacks, you're gonna know how I make them.
Brian, can we all see this kitchen, or can you?
Are you in the kitchen now?
Are you in the kitchen now?
I have a mind kitchen.
Arthur's just rubbing the brow of his eyes, just like one day we'll wake up normally.
Morning, Arthur.
I use my psionic mind to.
You weren't even asleep. You just
I'm awake
yeah.
now.
So that's what I'm saying.
I'm using my psionic mind ability to send a telepathic link to these guys and be like, I think Brian's crazy.
Does Brian hear that?
Does that cost you anything, or is that just
No, it's just an ability.
Did Brian hear us?
does it have like an amount of usages a day and stuff that you can
Is
do?
there a
No?
roll? Is
It's an
there
action. It says it's under actions in combat, but
So
Does it say you can talk to creatures psychically though?
you can send a telepathic message to any creature you see within 30 feet of you. You don't need to share any languages with the creature, but it must be able to understand at least one language to comprehend these messages.
Yeah. Okay, then yeah.
So what did you say?
I think Brian's crazy.
What makes you think Brian's crazy? I say that out loud. I think he's a wonderful chef.
That's not Jingles. That's not very nice.
Brian, out of nowhere, Carl just went, why do you think Brian's crazy?
I think he's crazy. He's talking to
Because you didn't hear what Thomas telepathically
I
messaged.
was stone faced, so there was no
Yeah.
give that I did it.
God, just remember that. I've got silent image. So I sneakily just cast the silent image of a kitchen right behind.
What does it look like when you cast a spell?
Just like a.
No, you have to use your instrument, don't you, for your magic?
Get my bag of holding.
Come on. Entertain us, Brandon. Entertain us and the people at home watching and
So you
listening.
just appreciate that little Orin over here, his family's been like kidnapped or murdered, and everyone he was with, and all of a sudden he's seen us. I've just puked heavily in front of him, and he's casting up a bloody kitchen to entertain the crazy person.
Right, so it's raining there.
As this little illusionary kitchen appears behind, and it's a Brian-sized kitchen as well.
This is a full size for Brian. This is a full size violin.
I just run around going, I wanted this stove for so long.
Whenever you touch anything, your hand passes through it. It's not a solid image, is it? In the spell, it's not a solid, tangible object, is it?
No, I can move it.
Yeah.
So I can when you if you tell I can move it within my range and within 30 feet.
So I pick up a pan and then picks it up.
Would Brian not be like, that's not my kitchen?
Well, what does Brian do?
What does the kitchen look like, Cleetus?
It's like a medieval kitchen with like a stone counter. There's like a cauldron thing in the middle there, with hanging, and then there's a bunch of plates and the wooden utensils and things. And there's like a cabinet that Brian recognises that's got like meat and stuff in and it's curing.
Honestly,
Go together, me.
I feel like the merch gold is gonna be Brian and these two. The memed merch is gonna be great.
I can just imagine Brian just kind of running to the kitchen, and then Cleetus is just constantly moving it, so it can't actually get to it.
How long does the spell last?
A minute.
A minute? Only lasts a minute.
Where'd my kitchen go?
I had the flapjacks on a timer!
A 15-foot cube. Like a big thing as big as a 15-foot cube.
Yeah, mark off the spell slot for it.
Brian, where'd the kitchen go? I was looking forward to them flapjacks.
Oh, so was I. My dream kitchen.
I'm real hungry.
No, so it's up to 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, it lasts 10 minutes.
I just got back.
Okay, so the kitchen's 15 foot, but like it's as big as I can make it within a 60-foot radius. It's actually even wider.
Yeah.
So I can move it down there. Oh, as Brian sees you running, I keep moving. He's not getting closer.
It's like a fever dream.
Yeah. Jingles. You see what I did to Brian? He thinks the kid is real. Watch.
This is when Oren wakes up and he kind of turns over in your sleeping bag, Arthur, and he's like, what's all the noise?
Just me walking.
Brian over here is making you new parents.
I don't want new parents.
Well, your old ones are probably dead.
I want my parents.
Well, they'd be around if you didn't let them die.
Jesus.
I feel like this kid should take some psychic damage or something.
Jesus Christ. He just burst into tears.
Cleetus,
Be a
why'd
man.
you do that?
We kept our parents alive. You know, look what he's done. He's been really irresponsible.
Look, now he's crying.
Across the silent image again, there's his parents.
You know what they look like. You don't know what they look like, so what do these people look like?
Does that get rid of my kitchen?
Just like mannequins just standing and look on him.
Yeah.
With like an apron and just like armor.
Describe these people, because you don't know what his parents look like.
So I'm picturing this cloth mannequin with a wig and just like an apron. like those 60s things with the ladies in the kitchen and she cocks the leg up. Dad's got a suit with like armor on top. So like no faces, just like mannequins.
He goes and runs behind Arthur's leg. He's like, I don't like it, make him stop.
Wait, so you did that? So has that got rid of my kitchen?
No.
Is this still concentration?
Concentration spell.
You want me to ask?
Yeah, it's concentration, sorry.
Yes, the kitchen disappears.
So I'm just like, it's got a new auger! Where'd it go?
Mark off the spell slot because you've cast it again.
Yeah, no,
That's 2 spell slots, but
There's just me.
Can I just like shout at the kid, like, don't hug your parents?
he's
Thomas-
just hiding behind
Thomas-
Arthur's leg.
Not so early in the morning, please don't shout at the kid. And I'll start rubbing the kid's head. It's okay.
Why are you rubbing the kid?
Sobbing. He's
Because
sobbing.
he's upset.
Stop rubbing children.
It's kind of like, it's okay.
We're getting real dangerous.
Start patting his head, just like, it's okay. You kind of get used to it after a while and just trying to comfort
I don't
him.
like
What,
to
the-
know mean.
Get used to
Be a man.
being rubbed.
I don't like these guys, they're really mean.
Okay, well, we'll find a nearby settlement and we'll take care of you.
I'm just walking back, like just kicking the can, going on my freaking kitchen.
Arthur, stop
No,
bothering the child.
no, you can't see me yet. I'm still very far.
Arthur, he's like being
Arthur,
yeah, the child needs to grow up, Arthur.
He's 9!
And his parents are probably dead, so it's a good time to grow up.
And with that, we'll kind of imagine the camera angle kind of pans up to this squabbling around your morning campfire as we will slowly bring episode 3 to a close.
We just bullied the shit out of this kid.
And me.
Almost use all my
She's worse than anyone.
Anyone hiding
Oh, Christ. What have I left?
Oh.
What have I unleashed upon to the world?
You thought we were going to be nice to the kid, didn't you?
I don't know what I thought was going to happen, to be honest. I wrote part of this before we started recording, so here we go. I don't know what I've unleashed onto the world, but thank you for watching. Thank you guys for playing again. We'll give a fair farewell to everybody listening and watching. So thank you, and come back next time. Goodbye.
Bye!
Traumatise the kid even more.
Oh dear Lord.
Legends of Vertraer is Thomas Creighton as our DM, Matthew Humphrey as Brian Blumpton, Kris Wheeler-Ward as Thomas Krayt Draken, Brandon Waters as Cleetus Banjo, Kirby Downey as Carl Banjo, and myself, Sam Hawkins, as Arthur Valbareth. If you liked listening to our podcast and wish to support it, then the best way to do that is over on our Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/Legends of Vertraer pod, where you also get tons of extra bonus content and perks, such as access to our community Discord, ad-free episodes, post-chat episodes called Vertraercast, and much, much more. You also get your name shout out at the end of every episode, just like these 2 awesome Patreons, Callum and They Call Me Josh. If you've made it this far, then thank you for listening. Our Twitter/X is at Vertraercast, our Instagram is Legends of Vertraer, and our YouTube channel is youtube.com/VertraerPodcast.